The Beverly Hillbillies.
Morning, Elly.
Morning, Miss Jane. How do you like my merry-go-round?
Very cunning.
Pa built it for my critters. I'm learning them how to use it.
You have the most amazing talent for handling animals, Elly Mae. Let's sit down. I want to talk to you about a job.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, Miss Jane. It's lots of fun, but it ain't much money.
Oh, no. I'm talking about a job at the bank.
You got critters that need handling?
Only one. The beast of Beverly Hills, Mr. Drysdale. In spite of the fact that we have a written contract, he continues to mistreat the girls at the bank.
Miss Jane, you want me to whoop him for you?
Well, I don't think that'll be necessary. Your very presence among us will ensure proper treatment for all.
Morning, Miss Jane.
Morning, Mr. Clampett.
Guess what, Pa? Miss Jane offered me a job down to the bank.
Doing what?
Well, I don't know.
Well, actually, she'll work as a secretary.
You know how to typewrite and such, Elly?
Well, no, sir.
Well, we will give her on-the-job training, Mr. Clampett.
Oh, good morning, Miss Jane.
Morning, Granny.
Should I put on a dress, Miss Jane?
Oh, I think so, Elly.
I'm going to work in an office down to the bank.
Good.
Trouble is, Elly ain't had no experience as a secretary.
Oh, I can learn her everything that she needs to know in 5 minutes.
You, Granny?
Sir, there's only 3 things. Eye rolling, wiggle walking, and lap setting.
What's that got to do with being a secretary?
Jed, didn't you ever see Theda Barra in Office Wife?
I don't recollect I did.
Well, Theda wound up marrying her boss. And for 4 reals, she never touched a typewriter.
Granny, it appears you see this job mainly as a way for Elly to meet fellas.
How do you see it?
Same way.
Well, I'll be back to pick her up on my lunch hour.
Don't call to do that, Miss Jane. Jethro can fetch you down to the bank.
Oh, thank you.
And I'll get her to look like a secretary.
Wonderful. Bye.
I wonder how Mr. Clampett feels about his only daughter becoming a working girl.
Oh, he's all in favor of it. So's Granny. They see it as an opportunity for Elly to attract a man.
I hope she attracts 2.
I think 3 would be nice.
Gee, I hope she doesn't wear those blue jeans.
Oh, there's no danger of that. Granny has promised, in her own words, to fix her up to look like a secretary. Well,
Good.
Miss Jane?
in here, Elly.
Howdy, y'all.
Is that you, Elly?
Sure is.
Where did you get that outfit?
Aunt Pearl left a whole trunk full of clothes like this at our house.
It's right out of the 20s.
Yes, she's a complete anachronism.
How do y'all like that?
What was it?
Wiggle walking.
Did Granny teach you that?
Yes, ma'am. And eye rolling and lap setting.
What? Granny considers those the 3 fundamentals of secretarial training.
What's going on in here? Who's this floozy?
Chief, this girl is not a floozy.
Well, please tell me what she is.
She is the new girl for the secretarial pool.
Dressed like that? Are you out of your mind? Get this nut out of here. She's stoned.
Chief, I beseech you, be careful what you say to this young lady.
Young lady, She looks like a reject from a Rudolph Valentino movie, and a bad one.
Mr. Drysdale, you're going to regret speaking in this manner.
Are you going to throw her out, or am I?
Oh, no, Chief, I think...
Okay, that's it. Out, out, out. And stay out.
All right, but Granny ain't gonna like what you said, and Pa ain't gonna like what you done.
Big deal. I've heard that voice before.
You certainly have.
That wasn't...
It certainly was.
Oh, no. Elly, darling, don't be mad at Uncle Milby. I was just having a little fun. I knew who you were all the time.
Well, that makes it all the worse. Pa's gonna really be mad at you now.
Oh, no, please. Miss Hathaway, see that this girl gets a raise immediately.
But, Chief, she hasn't even started to work yet.
That's immaterial. I also want her to have a bonus and a shorter working hour.
How about the rest of us?
Forget it.
Well, Mr. Drysdale, if I get a raise and a bonus and shorter working hours, all the other girls has got to get them, too.
Thank you, Elly.
You're going to get yours, Hathaway.
What did you say I was going to get, Chief?
Your raise.
Oh, thank you, Chief.
How about me?
You're going to get yours, too.
What about all the other girls?
Oh, all right, a blanket raise for everyone.
Jolly good. I'll go give them the news.
Marvelous.
Mr. Drysdale, you're a nice man after all.
Well, be sure you tell your father that when you go home to change out of that ludicrous dress.
Granny chose that dress for her.
Now, you tell Granny that she has excellent taste with this dress. It's too beautiful to be wearing around a dirty old bank.
Yes, sir.
All right, Hathaway, put him up. Defend yourself.
Elly May!
Yes, sir, Miss Jane?
Elly May, wouldn't you like me to drive you home?
Well, it's a long way to Wigglewalk.
See you later, Chief.
Bet your life you will. I'll be waiting for you.
Elly May, from now on, you and I will be inseparable. Bye.
Howdy, ma'am.
Howdy, Pa.
Elly May.
Yes, sir.
What got you gussied up like that?
Granny, but Mr. Drysdale wants me to change.
Good, good. Oh, sit down, Miss Jane.
Thank you, Mr. Claver.
I'm sorry she showed up at the bank looking like that.
All's well that ends well.
I sure hope she meets some fellas now that she's a working girl.
So do I, but I'm afraid this mansion somewhat destroys the image of a working girl.
What you mean?
Any man who courts Elly May Clampett is certain to be called a fortune hunter, after her for her money. It's something I've been meaning to mention for some time, but frankly, I don't have a solution.
Granny and Elly seemed right took with that apartment of yours. You reckon there's another one in the same building?
Well, I'm afraid there are no vacancies now, but if you like, she can move in with me until one comes up.
Wait till you see Elly. I've changed her from head to toe.
Oh, thank you, Granny. How did you change her?
I toned her down. Now she's a cross betwixt Lillian Gish and Bessie Love.
This is Miss Hathaway's apartment.
Okay, open it.
Mr. Drysdale, it's highly irregular entering a tenant's apartment in their absence.
Look, Fitty, I told you I've taken over the mortgage on this building. Now, shall we discuss your delinquent payments?
I'll open it. Why the interest in this particular apartment?
Miss Hathaway is my secretary.
Oh, I understand. Well, I'll get busy immediately. Repaint, repaper, new carpeting. I'll have it completely redecorated.
You do that, and I'll foreclose your mortgage.
What?
Do you have any bed bugs or cockroaches in this apartment?
No, sir.
I'll bring some in.
What was that?
What about rats or mice? You got any of those?
No, not one.
Well, get some.
Mr. Drysdale, I don't think I understand.
How much is the rent of this crummy apartment?
Only $65 a month.
I'll double it.
What?
Triple it.
You want me to raise the rent on your secretary's apartment?
You bet. Where's the bedroom? Where does she sleep?
Well, the bed's here in the wall. You see, it pulls down like this.
Yeah, well, just nail it shut. Yeah, pretty nice bathroom.
Thank you.
Louse it up.
Louse it out?
Yes, break the tile, stop up the plumbing, think of something. Be creative. Ooh, very nice drapes. Cushions to match.
Miss Hathaway made those all herself.
Really?
Mr. Drysdale, that's one destruction of personal property. Those furnishings all belong to Miss Hathaway.
This hers?
Yes, sir. What are you doing?
Having revenge.
Revenge on what?
She put me over a barrel at the office. I'm putting her over the barrel right here.
Oh, I don't like it. Miss Hathaway's a very nice tenant.
Are you a nice landlord?
I try to be.
Well, stop trying. From now on, you're going to be the #1 rat fink.
Looks like I'm going to have to settle for #2.
I'm going to ignore that, but I'll never forget it. Now, I want Miss Hathaway harassed night and day. I want her life made miserable for her. I want this apartment under constant siege.
Mr. Drysdale, did you serve in World War II?
Yes, I did.
Which side?
These snide remarks of yours are going into the file. And when your mortgage is due, look out.
Well, I'm sorry. It's just that I've always considered myself a hard-hearted landlord. I've been called some pretty mean names in my time, but next to you, I'm a pussycat.
Well, keep your claws out, pussycat. The next time I see Miss Hathaway, she better have scratch marks.
Well, here we are.
Well, looks like you got yourself a cozy little place here, Miss Jane.
Well, I'm sorry it's not larger.
Well, as long as it's comfortable.
Got dandy beds, Paul.
Well, show me to the bedroom and I'll put your things there.
Well, this is it, Mr. Clampett. This sofa makes into a bed, and then there's another bed over here that folds down out of the wall. Seems to be stuck.
Well, maybe I can unstick it for you. This thing has been nailed shut, Miss Jane.
Nailed shut? Who could have done that?
I don't know. Well, I'll see if I can pry it loose.
Looky here, Miss Jane. Somebody's done busted your pretty vase.
What in the world has been going on here? And my window seat cushion's missing. What? It's down in the alley.
Miss Jane, feels like somebody's been in here making mischief.
Vandals. Well, I'm going to go down the alley and get my window cushion before it disappears.
Want me to fetch it?
No, thanks, Elly. You unpack and hang your things in the bathroom.
You hang your things in the bathroom, Elly?
Oh, yes, sir, Paul. Miss Jane ain't got no closet. Oh, my goodness.
Something wrong?
Yes, sir. The sink's all stopped up, the faucet's dripping, and there's water all over the floor.
Elly, appears like this ain't quite the place you and Granny bragged it up to be.
Well, I think I can sop up most of the water.
What are you doing here?
Just tidying up.
Now, well, beat it, Shorty.
The name is Jen.
Excuse my rudeness, but you see, you look like a vagrant.
Oh, sir, I'm a Clampett.
Glad to meet you.
Oh, here, Miss Jane. Let me give you a hand.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
Miss Hathaway, what's going on in here?
somebody threw my seat cushion out the window, and I had to get down the alley and get it.
You know that's not what I mean. Now, whose suitcase is that? Is somebody moving in here with you?
Mr. Finney, I had planned to tell you about it. I'm going to have a roommate.
Oh, no, none of that. Out he goes.
Mr. Finney, my roommate is Elly Clampett.
Told me his name was Jed.
Ellie Mae, are you in there?
Yes, Miss Jane, be right out. I sopped up as much as I could, but it's still a mite damp.
Mr. Finney, this young lady is going to be my roommate.
All right, your rent's doubled.
Doubled? Oh, well, that hardly seems fair.
All right, it's triple. How do you like that?
Well, I don't. almost $200 a month for this little room is exorbitant.
That's all right, Miss Jane. I'll pay it.
You? You look like a pauper.
No, sir. I told you I was a clampet.
You ask me, you're a bum.
Well, you ain't exactly the pleasantest man I ever met.
Big deal. Get lost.
Now, wait.
Mr. Clampett, please don't let my irascible landlord upset you. I can handle him.
You sure?
I've been doing it for years. His bark is worse than his bite.
He has got a right surly bark.
Well, don't worry. Ellie and I will be just fine.
Well, let me know if you have any trouble.
We will. And thank you very much.
Bye. Bye, Ellie.
Bye, Paul.
Bye, Mr. Landlord.
Hit the road, Rube.
Mr. Pay no attention to my landlord. He probably got up on the wrong side of the bed.
You mean mouse me again? I'll put him back to bed.
Well,
I'm moving in here because we's going to work together.
With Mr. Drysdale at the bank?
Yes, sir. I'm going to be his secretary, just like Miss Jane.
Well, it makes my job a lot easier. Is that your suitcase?
Yes, sir. But you don't have to tote it for me.
My pleasure.
well, you two getting acquainted?
Miss Jane, he throwed my suitcase out the window.
Mr. Finney, you're terrible.
Mr. Finney, you are beautiful. You shut off the heat? The water? Hid the blankets? Finney, you are my kind of landlord. Now keep up the good work and I'll cut your interest rates. Bye. I'll teach her to fool around with Milburn Drysdale.
Jethro, how quick can you drive me over to Miss Jane's apartment?
Well, I'm just about to commence lunch. I'll drive you over quick as I'm through eating.
Well, I'd like to get there before dark.
Something wrong over to Miss Jane's, Jed?
Yeah, Granny, things ain't as shipshape as you remember 'em. There's a few little repair jobs to be done.
What do you think you're doing?
I'm sniffing your spoon. He's cooking my favorite thing,
What's that?
food.
Granny, I'm kind of in a hurry to get over there.
I got an idea. Let's take the stew along and feed Miss Jane and Ellie, too.
Good thinking.
My goodness, what's on fire?
It smells like feathers.
Nutsy here is trying to burn mattress stuffing.
Mr. Clampett, if you'll remove the pot, I'll put the brasher in the bathtub and extinguish the flame.
We'll clear out. Let's have our stew.
Oh, well, we got some bread and stuff and some cold drinks. We got grape and orange, lime, strawberry.
Oh, I am sorry. I don't have enough glasses. Does anybody mind drinking out of the bottle?
Shucks, no.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Finney. You got any glasses? We all having a drink out of the bottle in there.
What's going on in there?
Well, we just having a little stew party. They'd invite you in if you wasn't such unpleasant company.
What's all the smoke in there?
It's just a mattress burning.
You're an arsonist.
No, sir, like I told you before, I'm a clampet.
I'm going to call the police.
Well, don't call too many of them. We hardly got enough to go around as it is.
Do you mean it? Are you serious? You got Miss Hathaway thrown into jail?
That's right. They carted her off to the pokey not half an hour ago.
Oh, Finney, you're a genius. Why, you're even rotter than I am.
Mr. Drysdale, coming from you, that's a real compliment.
Miss Thompson, on the double.
Yes, sir?
Oh, get Mr. Finney's mortgage out of the file. I'm going to cut his interest payments in half.
Right away, sir.
Oh, and bring in that decanter of 100-year-old brandy you girls gave me for my birthday.
Yes, sir. We gave you a bottle of 100-year-old brandy?
Yes. Oh, I don't suppose the deductions have shown up in your paychecks yet. But thanks anyway. Oh, Finney, sit down. Have a cigar.
Hey. Hey. That's a beauty. Where'd you get these?
Foreclosed in a cigar factory.
Here you are, sir, and a belated happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Helen.
I'll bring Mr. Finney's mortgage in straight off.
Yes, we'll just cut the interest in half and I'll sign it.
Yes, sir.
Well, Finney, here's our little jailbird. Tell me, how did you frame her?
Well, I didn't have to. Her roommate got her into trouble.
Ah, I didn't know she had one.
Yeah, she just moved in today. Police took her away, too.
Good.
Very pretty blonde girl. Works for you, one of your secretaries.
Really? Let's see. Well, it couldn't be Helen.
No, sounded like that. Ellen, Nellie. Elly, that's it.
Elly?
Yeah, father's a big, tall hick with a mustache named Clampett. Police took the whole family away. Granny, big, stupid-looking nephew.
Here's Mr. Finney's mortgage. I cut the interest in half.
Well, take it back and double it.
Double it?
Then triple it.
Triple it?
Then foreclose it.
What's going on here?
I hope you have enough money to cover their bills. It was all just a terrible misunderstanding. You've been completely exonerated.
Well, we was at first, but we's cooled off now.
Well, you'll be happy to know that a complete confession has been signed by the janitor of this building.
I don't believe we've met him.
Janitor, on the double.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Finney.
Is that bathroom spotless?
Yes, sir.
Well, come back later and clean the rest of the apartment.
Yes, sir.
And oh, Finney, see that we're not disturbed. We're going to have a stew party.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what a stew party is, Finney?
Yes, sir. I do now.
Now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here.
This has been a Filmways presentation.
Viacom.